This is one of my favorite tips. It's your ego is actually your best friend. The problem for most people, though, is their ego is their worst enemy. And the reason it's their worst enemy is because they don't take control of it. What a lot of people do is they go into denial and they say, I don't have an ego. If you've ever said the phrase, I don't have an ego, you got the biggest ego in the room, because everyone has an ego. It's a necessity. It's required. You've got to have one or you're never going to excel. You're never going to achieve anything. You just want to make sure that your ego is attached to the right things. See, people who deny they have an ego are the ones who go out and buy fancy cars, buy big houses, jewelry, watches, fancy clothes. They take extravagant vacations. They say they don't have an ego, but look around them. All the symbols of ego are there. And you know what they don't have? Any passive income. They have nothing. If they lost their job tomorrow, they would lose all that stuff. The reason is their ego traded financial success for the appearance of financial success. Your ego doesn't care if you get out of life what you want. It wants to appear to other people as if you've gotten out of life what you want. Let me tell you about a company called Spanx. Spanx literally makes clothes to make you look thinner if you're fat. Now think about that for a second. Do you realize that if you bought Spanx, the moment you bought it, you lost all self-respect? You don't care that you're fat and out of shape. You just want other people to think you're not. And that's why you bought clothes, to make yourself look thin. That's ego-based living, and that's the wrong thing to have your ego attached to. What if you took control of your ego and said, my ego is not attached to looking thin. My ego is attached to being thin, to being fit, to being in shape. You know what your ego would propel you towards? Being thin, being fit, being in shape. See, your ego doesn't care what you attach it to. That's why it's such a powerful ally if you make it your ally. But again, most people let it become their enemy. This is why a thing called lifestyle creep exists. The ego. Every time you get a promotion, you buy a bigger house. Get another promotion, you buy a fancy car. Get another promotion, you move to a fancier neighborhood. Every single time, that's all ego-based crap. And you don't have any assets. You don't have any passive income because your ego propelled you towards those things. What if you attached your ego to having $10,000 a month in passive income? You know what your ego would propel you towards? $10,000 a month in passive income. See, I recognized my ego. I love my ego. Now, does it get out of control once in a while? Do I get egotistical? Absolutely. But don't try to stifle it. You want to cultivate it and get it locked in to the things you truly want out of life. My ego is attached to having a lifelong marriage. My ego is attached to having great relationships with my children. My ego is attached to working out and staying fit. My ego is attached to passive income. And my ego propels me towards those things, and it can do it for you too. That's Investor Tip Tuesday. Thanks for watching.